Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to JU-Ice channel. And thank God for waking up this morning. Those of you that woke up, it's a lovely day here in Orlando. As you can see, it is beautiful. There's a slight breeze, but it's beautiful. Yes, today is Friday, the last Friday of the month, February 2025. And yeah, today is also DEI boycott plan. Al Sharpton's DEI boycott plan, which means people shouldn't go shopping today. I believe it starts from 12 something in the afternoon until 8 or 9 something in the night. People are not supposed to be going into the department stores, grocery stores, buying gas, all this kind of stuff. You're supposed to be holding on to your money and not going out shopping or even going into restaurants or anything like that. Or buying toys or any kind of stuff. Don't spend no money. That's what you're not supposed to be doing. Well, a lot of people is not going to participate in that. You know that. And I don't know. I guess the stores and stuff, they're gonna be losing out a lot of business today. Because it's Friday, people love to shop on Friday, especially Friday. It's close to the weekend. So we'll see what happens as the day go by. And, you know, watch the tube and see what's the outcome of this boycott will be. I do believe if it turns out very well, they will do another one. When, I don't know. But this is to prove a point. This is to prove a point, people. So those of you that is going to participate, good luck to you all. And those of you that's not going to participate, good luck to you all. I cannot go shopping anyway because I have my bills to pay, and the first of the month is right there. So folks, if you're smart, you will pay your bills, your rent, everything that you need to pay for the new month coming in and not shop today. So, I had said on the weekend I was going to make a video because we were going to be going to my granddaughter's friend's house to feed her dog. She has like 5. Yeah, there are 5 now. Oh my God. Jesus, I'm showing you the dog right here, Mr. Hustle, because I can't remember the name. Isn't that something? No, I'm not losing my memory. It just can't come to mind right now. But yeah, she has 5 of them, and her family went away or going away on a cruise, and they wanted my granddaughter to feed the dogs. They're quite a distance away from here. But luckily, we are not going to go anymore because her brother is not going, so he's going to be taking care of the dogs. So I can't make that video. So sorry. French bulldogs, that's what I wanted to remember, but I don't know how that slipped my mind. Anyway, Yeah, that would have been a sight to see. But never mind, another time, I guess. Yeah, I just brought Mr. Hustle out, I was laying back, relaxing, was in kind of lazy mode today. I did so much over the last weekend, and on Wednesday, that's pantry day, that's a very busy day for me. They got a lot of stuff, but they didn't get no bread or no sweets this time, cookies and stuff. But they got a lot of milk, a lot of cabbage. Oh my God, it was a lot of carrots, potatoes for days. Each person got a 10-pound bag of potato, and we even gave away packages of them because there were so many. And the carrots, some people got the big bag of that, but we was taking them out and putting them in little plastic bags, And yeah, they had beans, the green beans, the long ones. They had a lot of those too. So we make sure everybody got some of those. And they had a lot of sugar-free Pepsi, zero Pepsi, and a lot of diet sugar-free Coke. So each person got a 6-pack. Yeah, they were a lot of good stuff, but not like, what we usually get. But no complaints, every little bit helps, and it's all food. There were no meat or nothing like that this time, because a lot of people, they always asking for, there's no meat, where's the meat? No chicken, but no, they weren't any. But as I said, this pantry is open every Wednesday, and we get different stuff every Wednesday. So you just never know what we'll get, So just be grateful and be thankful that we got something at least. And I'm hearing the cats meowing, but I don't know where they. Oh, it's somewhere over here in the bushes. But sometimes I wish I could understand what they're saying when they make their noises. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they sound like little babies, human babies. But I guess he or she is okay. I don't hear it anymore. It's in the bushes. Yeah, but it's a nice day. It's a breeze when you come in the shade. I think it's going to be in the 70s today. But it's not going to, I don't know if it's going to be hot like it was yesterday and Wednesday. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. Thursday I stayed in. I didn't really go anywhere. I relax because when I come from the pantry, I be so tired. My body be aching. Oh my God. Because I'm standing for 4 to 5 hours, and moving around. So, this body is getting old. Even the young ones, well, we don't have that many there anymore, the helpers, but even the young ones, oh my God, they be complaining about they back, they this, they that. Poor old me, I'm older than a lot of them, and my body is kind of intact, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have a torn ligament in my right knee, so sometimes that act up. But I wear my brace. I have a knee brace that I wear. So I wear that. And I try to exercise it a little bit because I don't want it to get locked on me and stuff like that. And now the funniest thing, well, not now, this has been happening for quite a while, my fingers start to lock on me at times, they start to lock on me. I think that's some form of arthritis or something like that. I do have some kind of arthritis. I forgot the name of it. It's a very long word. But now my fingers, they kind of lock on me sometimes. So I have to be going like this, and they be looking all deformed at times. I be like, oh my God. But you know, then they come back to normal and then it'll happen again. It happen it happens often. But you know, I don't complain. I try to massage them and play with them and, you know, do a stretching with my hands and stuff like that. But, you know, that's all part of the aging process, yeah. But other than that, you know, I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I'm breathing. You know, couple of days, you know, I started getting anxiety attack and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It comes and goes. Sometimes I don't get it, but then it depends on what's happening around me, I guess, or what I look at on TV or on YouTube or whatever, you know, or what I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I might drift back into the past, you know. So, you know, I start to get the anxiety attack and stuff like that. But, you know, I try to control it, you know. Like I said, I take magnesium, you know, and that helps. Magnesium glycinate. As a matter of fact, I bought some yesterday from Sam's Club, you know. I went online and I signed up with them, you know, so I got the card. So I finally went to the store and got the card because I had ordered stuff by mail. And the reason I joined it is because this paper napkin that I use, you know, paper towel, it's just like Bounty, just like it. Just that at Sam's Club, if you remember, you know, it's just $19. Usually it's like 20 something dollars. And you don't get it everywhere. So, you know, that's the reason why I joined Sam's Club. Because I'm not a person that buy stuff by bulk and all that kind of stuff, you know. It's not a lot of us. So, but yesterday, you know, me and my granddaughter, you know, we decided to go over there and get the card because that's the only way you could get the card. You had to go into the store. They don't mail it to you. And the strangest thing, you know, I was waiting all this time for it to come in the mail. And then one day I decided to call and ask them, you know, I applied for the card, but I haven't received it as yet. So that's when I was told that you have to come into the store and get it. They don't mail it to you. So, you know, yesterday we finally went and got it. She also got one off of me too. So yeah, you know, we didn't pick up a lot of stuff. We picked up some mixed chips, you know. It comes we picked up the black box. They have the purple and they have different colors. But we picked up the black box, you know, that's for Paige, you know. It has a lot in there. I think it's like maybe 40 or maybe a little less than 40. And and you know, Skylar, she had to pick up her yoga and stuff like that, you know, and I saw the magnesium. Mind you, I didn't go in there to buy that because I still have some at home, but I saw it and the price for 120 was $9 and change. So I got it. You know, they had one that's 180 and they wanted $20 or something like that for it, but I decided to get the one. No, I got the 180 for $9.99, and they had one that it was a little more than the 180, but they wanted $20 for it. I guess it's because of the name. I really don't know because I didn't see the difference, but I picked up the cheaper one. It's the same thing, and you know, so I make sure I keep magnesium around, you know, because when my anxiety attacks me, sometimes it be really bad, you know, really bad. So, you know, and then another time, you know, I don't really get them that much, you know. I try to control them with my mind, control it with my mind and take the magnesium. But like I said, it depends on the situation that I'm in or what I'm thinking about or what I'm watching, you know, things just happen and it just rattles me, you know. So I try to stay calm and stuff when that comes on. Oh my God. Like I said, it's not a hurting feeling, but it's a strange feeling, and it just makes you feel so different, not in a nice way. You feel depressed and stuff like that. Like me, I don't know about everybody else, but I get mine's, it starts down in my stomach. That's where I get the strange feeling. It's like fear, like I'm afraid, this scary feeling I get. And it lasts for a little while. Then it could come back, or then it could come back the next day or whatever. But I'm trying to cope, handle it. And yeah, it comes on me too. Like if I have to go somewhere, if I have to do something, it depends on what it is. I get nervous and stuff like that. So it comes on me. And like I said, Monday I have an appointment, and I don't know what's gonna be happening at that appointment. So I'm kind of nervous about that too, because I'm hoping and praying that I get through with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping and praying I don't hear no, I hear yes. Oh my God. I will be very happy if I hear yes. So I'm just praying and hoping. So, that's probably why it came on to, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to listen to my phone for the VA to call me. They were calling, they were going to call, and I had to listen and check my phone because I didn't want to miss the call. And the VA, they are intact. They call the veterans up. They give wellness checks and stuff like that. They would even come out to your house if they don't get you, to make sure you're okay. This is with the veterans, and that is so great. It is so great. So, I try to answer my phone. I try to listen out for my phone and stuff. Always make sure it's close by, especially with this appointment I have. If you miss that, then I have to make another one, and that might take a long time. No, I'm not sick, but it's something very important for me. So, you know, um, I had to listen out. I got like three different calls from three different people. But it's for the same place that I'm going to. So they making sure, because I had to tell them I confirm if I'm coming. If I'm not coming, then I tell them I can't make it, and then I would have to make another appointment. And hell no, I'm not making another appointment, because I don't know how long that was gonna take me. And I've been waiting 3 years with this here. So, you know, well, the reason I waited 3 years is because I got turned down the first time. So, I was like so distraught. So I was like, oh my God, I was gonna give up, but a couple of people at the VA told me, no, don't give up. You have to keep trying. So that's why I'm here again now. I waited 3 years, about 2, 3 years. So I'm like kind of nervous on the edge right now, but I'm just praying that the good Lord look out for me, because with this one, last time I didn't get this call. I got a different call, and then I didn't hear anything else. So I had to go inquiring about what's going on. That's when I'm finding out all this extra crap. But this time I got the call from where I was supposed to go. So maybe this time this will happen for me. I just pray. So yeah, that's probably why my anxiety came back so fast. But I'm staying positive. I make sure I try to stay positive. You have to have a strong mindset. And yeah, you're going to be scared of this and scared of that, but you have to put that foot forward and move on. If you just stand there and be scared, you'll never get nowhere in life. So you put that foot forward even though you're scared, and just do the do. That's what you have to do. So, yeah. So I'm standing here in the shade and I can feel a little breeze. You're probably saying, if it's so nice out there, why is she wearing that hoodie? Yeah, because there's a breeze outside. So, I put this on. And then inside the house, me, I'm not an AC person, but the AC is on. I mentioned it before, here in Florida, you have to keep it on. Supposed to be at 77. That's what my building tell us to have it at. But others put it to in the 80s. I guess to their liking. 77, you're supposed to be saving energy. I don't know. But I just don't like the coolness of it. Sometimes I get hot, but that goes away. Maybe it's menopause, but I think I don't know how long menopause lasts for. Does any one of you know? Drop it in a comment, because menopause seems like it's forever. Oh my God, I used to get the hot sweats really bad, but I didn't go telling a doctor I need something to stop it or whatever. One time, a doctor in New York, he gave me some meds to alleviate it because it used to be really, really bad. Oh my God, it used to be so bad. But I took them, but then I didn't want any more because I don't want to get hooked on it. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to do it the natural way. I went through it the natural way. And I use like herbs and stuff, that's for it. But, green tea. I read that green tea was so good for you. It was healthy for you. Well, people, green tea is not all that healthy for you. I don't even think it's healthy at all because I was reading that it's not, and then I was told it's not. And my doctor told me, because I used to drink green tea like crazy. It had to be green tea, nothing else. Green tea. I used to drink green tea like crazy because it seemed like it helped with the menopause. But no, it wasn't helping with the menopause. It was making it worse. My doctor told me this. And I was like, what? But I was reading that it helps with that. That's why I was drinking it. It seemed like it was. He said, no, it makes it worse. It has caffeine in it. I didn't think that it had no caffeine. It has caffeine in it. And remember, I told y'all I used to suffer with hyperactive thyroidism. But it's 3 going on 4 years now. It is in remission. It went in remission. So I try to eat foods and drink liquids that don't affect the thyroid, because that is another case. Oh my God, that is something else. So, I was drinking the green tea, figuring that would help with my thyroid because that's what it said. I Googled the stuff, but now I'm finding out, not now, well, a while back, that the green tea, it has caffeine. The caffeine is not good for the thyroid or the menopause. So I cut green tea out. I don't drink green tea anymore. No, sirree. I don't even drink coffee. I drink a lot of juice, but not the sweet juices and stuff. I drink a lot of iced tea with lemonade. And sometimes I make my own lemonade. I take the limes or the lemons and I squeeze them. If they're hard, you put them under your foot on the ground and you roll your foot over it a couple of times and then it'll come soft and you wash it off. and then you cut it, you take the seeds out, and then you squeeze it. You know, they have one of those gadgets where you can put the lime in, or the lemon or the oranges, and you squeeze it in there and get the juice out. But I have one, but I usually use the old fashioned way. I squeeze it and then I put it in a container and I add some lemon to it and I stir it up because I'm not in with the sugar. I cut sugar out long time ago because sugar's not good for you anyway, they said. So many things out here that we use, they saying it's not good for you now. Isn't that something? We grew up using sugar. Some people use the honey, but I grew up with sugar and stuff. Now, the sugar, the white one is bleach. The brown one is better. I have the brown one in my house, but I don't really use it. I just use honey. That's what I use, honey. I'm telling you. So, it's so many things that we have in our bodies, but we don't know about it until it pops out. When you get older, some people it come out at a young age, and some folks it come out in your older age. My thyroid, that started happening in 2001. That's when I found out about it. The hyperactive thyroidism. I was always a hyper person. I don't know why, but that's when I was diagnosed in 2001. I was feeling all weird and crazy and everything. I used to always feel like that, but it would go away. I never paid no attention to it. And then that particular day, I just had to do something because I thought I was going to freaking die. And I was like, dear Lord, if I'm going to die, let me go find out what I'm dying from. I know we all got to go one day or another, but shit, if I'm going to die, at least let me know what it is. Don't let me just go and not know what it is, like I'm going to actually know when I'm dead, But I went anyway. That's why I always say, people, if you feeling funny or strange or anything, go check it out. Go check it out. Don't sit around playing around, waiting around, dealing with the pain, popping some Tylenol or Excedrin or whatever, or any painkillers. Go to the doctor and get examined. If you have to take x-rays, take them. You better off being glad than sorry. I'm telling you. You have to check those things out. You have to check your body out. If you feel a little something, Don't get me wrong, I'm not a person that runs to the doctors all the time. But believe it or not, I make sure I go to the doctor. I have to get myself checked out. I'm serious. So, I just try to do that. And, a lot of people is coming down with diabetes and stuff like that. Thank God I don't have that. But it's not just hitting old people. Young folks is getting diabetes. Serious. Diabetes is caused by so many different things, not just by drinking sodas and sugar. Diabetes comes from a lot of different stuff. And yeah, high blood pressure, oh my God, I suffer with that too. But high blood pressure, that's the number one killer. They said it's a silent killer. I don't think that's the number one killer. I think the number one killer is cancer, but cancer comes in different forms. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff out there, and then there's so many others that we don't even know about. We only hear about it when it come out, and the words are so long you can't even pronounce them. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, you didn't hear about all of these illnesses. You didn't hear about a lot of this stuff. But now, oh my God, like bipolar, schizophrenia, all these different mental conditions. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, they didn't used to call them by those names, by those terminology, but now almost the whole entire world suffer with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety is considered a mental illness. PTSD, all of these kinds of stuff. I have PTSD too. And and the only way for you to know that is the doctor telling you, they examine you and they tell you, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people suffer with PTSD, and it's not just from being in the military, going to war and stuff like that. People has trauma in their lives. People get trauma from when they were young, middle, middle age, older, stuff like that. PTSD, it's no joke. It's nothing to play with. You know, some people have it mild, some people have it worst. I'm telling you, some people have to take meds, some don't. I was on meds, but not anymore, and oh, it's crazy. But you just gotta take care of yourselves, people. You have to. If you don't, no one else will. So, yeah, I was watching the tube, and P. Daddy, his mom, oh my God, she's in the news now again, oh my God, so much crazy stuff. And I was watching this YouTuber, Mr. Tell It All. I think that's what his channel is. He's something else, and I was listening to him. I watched him before, but this subject was about this guy's mother, and I was listening to him, and oh my God, you could tell how distraught he was. But a lot of stuff that he said, makes a lot of sense. It does. A lot of mothers that is a single parent, they raise their sons and stuff like that. A lot of them, a lot of mothers, they make out with their own sons. They do a lot of stuff in front of their sons, sexual, stuff in front of their sons. And what are you teaching your boys? What are you teaching your girls? That's not good. And now you have these sons that grow into grown men and women, and they turn around and they start performing these acts themselves, you know what I'm saying? And they think it's okay, it's embedded in them. And, look at the situation with P. Daddy right now, you know what I'm saying? And they talking about he gonna be doing life, I don't know. The case is supposed to be in May, but, we all have to wait and see about that. But, this man, his mind is so corrupt with all the things that they saying that he did, allegedly. And there's a lot of others out there that have similar problems to that, and a lot of it is based from how the moms handle the situation with them. A lot of moms, they bring they boyfriends and stuff into the house. They perform all these different kind of acts in front of the boy child or the girl children. And these kids, they watch and they see. Not all of them turn around and do the same things, but a lot of them, they go out there and they do the same thing, and that's how they end up with all these different situations and all this kind of stuff. Men beating them and stuff because they see this kind of stuff happen with their moms, and it's sad. It's really sad. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know a lot of things. I don't know why women have to have two, three, and four, and even more men around the same time or the same day or the same week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just for a little money and a little sex. And then the majority of them, they beat their butts up. You know, they beat them up. They give them black eyes. They abuse them. You know what I'm saying? But these women, they stay with these men. And it's horrible. And they kids see all of this, and it really traumatizes the boy children, you know, because the boys, you know, the mama is supposed to be the closest thing to them. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say, mama boys. And they see all this kind of stuff. Some boys, I'm not saying all of them, some boy children, you know, they defend their moms. You know, they don't want to see another man beating on their mom or whatever, doing all this kind of stuff. But some boys, you know, they just sit back and they'll watch. Maybe they scared, I don't know. But this man, you know, the YouTuber, you know, he was talking about that because, you know, he went through a lot with his moms too. You know, he defended his moms, he said. And she called the police on him, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't call the police on this man that beat her up, you know, that used to beat her up. And then he came back into her life. So he turned around and he beat the man up. And then the mom called the police on him, you know. And there's a lot of moms out here that do crazy stuff like that. They more defended the damn man that beat the shit out of them, excuse me for cursing. And they will call and have their own son arrested for helping. That is so sad. So sad. I remember, I mentioned it in a video before. I remember my dad. My dad was abusive to my mom. You know, I saw a lot of beatings and stuff like that. And my dad, you know, he was choking my mom, you know, choking my mom one day. This is right here in the United States. And I was sitting there looking, my brother was too, but I don't know what happened with my mind. I do believe I was like 13 or 14. And you know how they say you snap? I guess I snapped because I got up and I went straight to the sink. It was right next to me. And I picked up this big knife and I walked straight on over to my dad. And it was so crazy because my mind, I was like, just in that space right there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about nothing else. My mind was just right there. It was like I was in this zoom out place. I just got up and I was like walking like, you know how a zombie will walk? I was just walking straight over with a knife in my hand and I went straight to the back of him. And there's a God above, I'm telling you, because if I had to put that in him, it would have went through his back in the waist area. It would have probably hit the lung, you know what I'm saying? And or maybe his kidney, I don't know, somewhere around there, you know. But I was like, my mind was like, oh my God, it wasn't me. And my mom, she reached over, he was choking her like this. So his back was turned to me and she was like that. So when she reached like that, you know, she was like saying, they called me sis, like I said, and she was saying, sis. She couldn't talk. And then he released her neck a little, not much. And then he happened to look back. So at least he let go her neck. But he looked back at me and then he turned around and he grabbed my arm. I'm a right-hander, so the knife was in my right hand. He grabbed my right hand and he took that knife out of my hand and he said, you was gonna kill me? You was gonna kill me? And I said to him, well, you was gonna kill my mother. You was choking her. You all brought us into this country And now you're going to try to kill my mother. What's going to happen to us? What is going to happen to us if she's dead and you go to jail? What is going to happen to us? That's what I said. I said, you used to beat her up when you was in Barbados, when we were in Barbados, all those years. And I thought all this stuff had stopped. Now here it is. The two of you choking her over the telephone. And it was so crazy because the phone, over the telephone bill, it was so crazy. Imagine somebody going to kill you over a freaking telephone bill. And there's other circumstances out there that people would actually do these madness, these things over little minor stuff. It's sad. It is really sad. My brother, I don't know, he must have been in shock or something. He just stood there. He was just looking. I know that traumatized him. I know he probably still thinks about stuff like that because there's a lot of stuff that happened to us when we were growing up, especially me and him, because we were the oldest. I'm the oldest, and he's after me. It was 7 of us. 2 is dead. But, you know, we went through a lot growing up. So I know he's traumatized just like I am and I was at the time. And those kind of things do not go out of your mind. They don't. Then you grow into older adults and then you go through other stuff that traumatizes you. Some people react, some don't. And then a lot of people, we joined the military, because I went in the military, my brother went in the military, and I'm quite sure he went through some crazy stuff in there too. So did I. So here we go, more traumatizing, you know what I'm saying? So that's how the hell you end up with PTSD. I don't know if he have that, I don't know, but I know I have it. I found out about it in 2021. Going to the VA, I got tested and I was told I suffer with PTSD. A couple of my friends, people that I know, they used to always tell me, something is not right with you. You're crazy. Something not right with you. You're crazy. But I never paid no attention to them because, I used to be always laughing and making funny jokes and stuff like that. And then, like, stuff that I say, they will be like, oh, a normal person don't talk like that and all this kind of stuff, I was told, girl, you be saying stuff, but you sure be telling the truth. You sure be telling the truth. And you be saying it sound like a joke, but you be dead serious. And you be telling the truth. And I don't know why somebody would call me crazy because of that, but I don't know. It really doesn't matter. I don't even worry about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I seek therapy for the trauma and stuff like that, for the PTSD and the depression and the anxiety, And I'm glad that I did seek the therapy because it helped a lot. A lot of that stuff that I had inside of me, I couldn't talk about it. It was inside, bundled up inside. A lot of stuff happened to me when I was growing up and in my older age and all that kind of stuff. I saw so much stuff like, I was down there when they had the 911 era, I saw a lot of stuff. I smelt a lot of, the unalive, the scent. I saw so much. My unit was activated over there, and it was a disaster. It was a disaster. And that's another shit to traumatize you too. You know what I'm saying? Up to this day, I can still smell the stench. still smell it. I could still see back then, you know. I see back then in a lot of different situations, stuff that I went through. In my mind, I don't forget nothing, you know. What can I say? But I try to keep my composure. I try to stay strong. You know, I try to stay focused. And that's why I share this on my video, on my channel, because I know there are lots of people out there that went through so much and is still going through a lot. They are traumatized. They suffer with PTSD, all sorts of different kind of mental illness. And I just want all of you to know you're not alone. You know, try to get help. Try to seek therapy. I'm telling you, therapy is good. They have it where you could do it online. They have it where you can go into the institutions and speak to these people. No, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean that they're going to put you in a mental hospital. If you need that, then maybe the doctor would do that to you. But in lots of cases, you know, the person don't need to be in the mental institution. I never been into the mental institution. I visited one, but I never been in there like as a patient. But you know, it's crazy. You know, I did go to one when I was younger, you know, but I wasn't a patient, you know. But you know, the psychiatrist, you know, he saw that nothing was wrong with me, you know. I was younger then, and it was just stuff that I was going through with my moms, you know, and I just couldn't deal with it, you know. So I wanted to just I just wanted to put my lights out. But I didn't, you know. And years went by, I never had therapy or nothing like that. But you know, I got stronger and stuff like that. Even though I held all that stuff in, I got stronger, you know, and I didn't really want to put my lights out, you know. I wanted to live. So I used to talk to my Heavenly Father, you know. I always loved going into the closet because it was just me and my Heavenly Father. So I would go into my closet and talk to my God, you know. Cry. I feel like crying right now, but I'm not. You know, I would go into the closet, you know, safe space. That was my safe space. You know, that was here in the United States. You know, I got older now, you know. And I had a huge closet, a walk-in closet. So this was on Nostrand Avenue. So, you know, I used to go into the closet. I felt safe in there. I had lived alone. My daughter had moved out, you know. She was with her husband and stuff. But I had lived alone, and I still live alone. And I always felt safe in my closet. So I used to go into my closet. I was in the military too at the time. And I used to feel safer in my closet. I felt safe in my apartment, but the closet, I don't know. I just felt so safe in that little space. You know, I'll close the door and I'll sit in there on the floor. My clothes was hanging around. You know, I always had my clothes uniform, my shoes, my sneakers, whatever, uniform. And I would sit in there and I would talk to my God. And tears would run out my eyes. I feel like it right now. But I'm going to try to hold my composure. And first, I used to be so angry with him. I used to be like, why? Why you let all these things happen to me? Why I had to go through all of this? Even while I was in the military, oh my God. The things that women have to endure in the military is no joke. I had a first sergeant. Oh my God, he was so mean. He wanted me to go out to dinner with him, and I refused. He was much older than I, and he was ugly. He was not a looker. Not that if he was a looker, I would have went. I wasn't interested. And this man, First Sergeant Johnson, African American from the South. Oh my God. And he spoke like a daggone woman. Called himself being a minister. This man constantly was on my back for me to go out with him. And I told him no. Do you know this man? This is the first time I'm speaking about it because I'm talking about this right now. And that is like in my mind. This man, we were down south. I think it was North Carolina. And everyone was asleep, in the barracks, everyone was asleep. This man put me on guard duty. He put me on guard duty. Guess what I was supposed to do? It was this shed in the back. And that's where they housed the weapons. The weapons and stuff was over there. So someone had to guard these weapons at night. So he put me there to guard our weapons. I was in Alpha Company, A Company 101st Signal Battalion. They're no longer in existence. But that's the company I was with. And I had to guard these weapons all night. This was from 6 o'clock in the evening until 6 in the morning. Then someone else will come relieve me. I went out there. I didn't fuss or nothing. I just went. And when I got out there was another man, another soldier out there. But he was on the other side. He was guarding his company's weapons. That was Charlie Company, 101st Signal Battalion. So he was on that side. He was Caucasian. Big dude. So I said to myself, why would this man put me out here this time and then this other man is on the other side? What if something happens to me out here? But I just went ahead and did what I was supposed to do. Mind you, I was scared and I was angry, but I didn't want to get in trouble or lose a little rank I had, so I just kept my mouth shut and did what I was supposed to do. I knew why I was being told I had to do that, because I refused to go out with this man. And you darn right, I was going to keep refusing because I knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to do sex, and I wasn't with that. Because this is what I was told he was doing with a lot of the soldiers, the young females. And I wasn't going for that. So I was afraid to report him because since that he was the first sergeant, I felt that he was going to override me and I would have lost my rank. So I didn't want to lose my little rank. So, I just kept quiet. He didn't do anything to me, so I just kept quiet. But that night, two of my buddies, female and male, singly, he was from Brooklyn, a young man, and Willie Mae Fry. She came from Florida, but she was living in New York. She moved to New York. The two of them snuck out the barracks and they came to see me, and they decided that they were going to stay in there with me. until the morning. Oh my God, who tell them to do that? Do you know this wicked man, the First Sergeant Johnson? He came. I wasn't there that long. And it's pitch dark outside and it's quiet. He came and we heard him walking. So they hid. They hid in the corner. You know, both of them hid in different corners. And he came in and he was like, if you go out to dinner with me or go to lunch with me, I would take you off this assignment. I said, First Sergeant Johnson, I am not going anywhere with you. I am not. He said, oh, well, at the time I was a PFC, private first class. He said, oh, well, private first class, you are just going to have to stay here till the morning. So I was like, okay, you know me, I have a smart mouth, but I try not to be too smart because he is in higher command and he could demote me or whatever. So, you know, I try to be respectful as I can. So all of a sudden, one of the weapons, the M16, one of the weapons fell on the floor, you know. So he was like, he turned around, he was like, what's that noise? Who's in here? Who's in here? And then he said, whoever is in there, you better come on out right now. But, you know, he said it, you know, I said he was Southern, you know, so he spoke like down south, you know. So Sing Lee and Willie Mae Fry came out and he said, he started to scold them. What are you two doing in here? What are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. You know, I can take your rank from you, right? And then they say, yes, First Sergeant, we know that. And he said, now get on out of here and go to your beds. Go to your beds. Do not come back out here. And I better not hear anything about this anymore. So the two of them hustle on out and they went back to the barracks. Poor little old me was just left there now. The guy on the other side, he never even budged. He never looked. He never asked no questions. He just stayed where he was supposed to be. And then First Sergeant Johnson, he just looked at me and he left. He walked on out. He said, you're going to be here until 6 in the morning. No one else better not come in here. Otherwise, y'all going to lose y'all rank. And I said, yes, First Sergeant. And then he just left. I never reported it because I was scared as hell. They didn't report it because they were scared as hell. We didn't want to lose our rank. And I never went out to dinner or lunch with him. But eventually, he retired out of the military. So, you know, I was really glad about that when he was gone. Then, you know, throughout the years, you know, I had run-ins with a lieutenant. You know, he used to tell me I don't know how to climb a pole and all this kind of crazy stuff. You know, they be throwing sexual, SEXUAL slurs at you. You know what I'm saying? The sexual harassment that we women have to go through in the military, you know. Some women get RAPE. Different kinds of stuff happens to females in the military. But that's all that I had going on with me. You know what I'm saying? But I just was not going to drop my drawers to these men. I just wasn't. I wasn't going to do that. I don't care what kind of rank they had or whatever. I wasn't going to low rate myself to that. No. And I never did. But, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, it stayed in my head. You know what I'm saying? It's still in my head. It's planted in my head, you know. And it's just crazy. The things that women have to endure, you know. So let me just start running my mouth now. You know, I got that off my chest. I never talked about it before. I didn't even tell my therapist about it because I didn't even feel like it made any sense anyway. But I'm just talking now, so I just mentioned that because a lot of these things happens in the military, and a lot of the soldiers, they're afraid to even speak up because they're threatened, they'll lose their rank or they'll get put out, all this kind of stuff. So to any soldiers out there that's in the military and stuff like this is happening to you, speak up. Don't be afraid. Don't be like me, afraid. Or like the other two that was with me, afraid. Don't be afraid. Just speak up. You're probably not even gonna lose your rank. They just throw that at you to scare you so you wouldn't get them in trouble. So just speak up and learn to say no. Don't be afraid because they higher rank than you. You're gonna say, oh, let me go out to dinner with them, or let me go to lunch, or let me just drop my drawers, maybe they won't bother me again. Maybe they'll promote me, because they promise you a whole lot of crap, and half of them don't give you nothing. So why lower yourself to that humiliation? Women, ladies in the military, whoever's watching my video, not just in the military, wherever the heck you are, do not repeat, even those in jail, because I know and I heard of cases where the correction officers, they make sexual advances at the female prisoners. They rape them. Some of them even impregnate the prisoners. You know what the inmates. Report it. Don't be afraid. Stop being afraid, ladies. Stop being afraid. I don't care where you are or whatever. Do not be afraid. Speak up. You have rights. You have freaking rights. It doesn't matter if you're incarcerated. You have rights. It doesn't matter if you're in the military. You have rights. You could be incarcerated in the military. You still have rights. You could be incarcerated in civilian. You have rights. The only people that they not gonna believe these kind of things happen to is women or men that's in the mental institution, because you're considered crazy, certified, perfect word. So no one is gonna really want to believe you because they're gonna say you're not all there, you're making it up. But this happens in those institutions too. And it's so sad. They drug these people up and they perform all these different kind of sex acts on them. The workers, the orderlies, the whoever, the nurses, they do all this kind of stuff. They even do it in the juvenile facilities. They do it to they do it in the foster care system. They do this all over the place. Stop being afraid. Young men, young women, little kids, because they do have little kids in foster care. Stop being afraid. Say something to someone. Be careful of who you say it to, but say something to someone. Don't say it to your foster parent or whatever, because they might not do nothing. They're going to do worse to you. But say it to somebody. You have to speak up. You have to speak out. Not everybody in these facilities that work there are bad. You have to try to trust somebody. You can't trust everybody. But if you're in a situation where you don't know who to talk to, you think about it, you pray on it, and then you say something. But you have to tell. Because this kind of stuff, it messes with you for the rest of your life. You hear me? It messes with you. And then people say you're a liar. They call you crazy. They say you bipolar, you schizophrenic, you this, you that. People, you're going to be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, little boys, teenagers, little girls, you're going to be fine. But you have to open this mouth right here. And you have to tell. You have to tell. And you have to give names. Try to remember the date. Try to remember something. Try to remember something. I'm dead serious. And tell it all. You have to tell it all. Otherwise, you'll never be free from it. You have to. Stop being afraid. I used to be afraid. I was so afraid. But I'm not afraid anymore. So listen to me and do the do. When I say do the do, I mean do the right thing to protect you. Even though it might have happened to you, still do the do. Because you could save somebody else. You could save someone else. So this is JU-I saying, peace out for now. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for listening. I hope and I pray that I save someone out there today. I hope and pray that I save someone every day by listening to what I say and do the do. Stay strong. Stay well. Try to cope. And if you have a Bible or a Testament or something, just read it. Read it. I'm not a religious fanatic, but I do believe in a higher power. There's a higher power above. Just read it.